So here's some news to get you really, really excited as a Newcastle supporter. And if we can pull this off, this really will be a massive, massive statement of intent from the club and the club's owners. Newcastle United are heavily, heavily linked with Inter Milan midfielder Nicolo Barella, who just a few days ago was playing in the Champions League final for Inter Milan. And he's been linked with other clubs. Liverpool in particular they've been linked with. But the news tonight is that Newcastle are pushing very, very hard to get him. And I mean, this is seriously exciting. I almost can't believe it, and I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but the stories coming out is that we are really pushing to make this signing happen. So we'll see what happens. Like I say, it would be an absolutely huge coup if we could pull this off. It would be absolutely massive for the football club. And just a great, great player. I mean, he's an Italian international, capped 43 times, scored 8 goals for his country. And what's great about him is he's obviously one of the best players in Europe, one of the best midfielders in Europe without a doubt. And he is an attacking midfielder. He can also play as a defensive midfielder. So again, he's got that versatility that Eddie Howe wants, that Eddie Howe has said that he needs in players coming into the club this season. And although his preferred position is more attack-minded, he is a box-to-box midfielder. Last season he scored 9 goals and had 10 assists for Inter Milan, and he's one of these players who loves to arrive late, coming into situations on the edge of the box, shooting from long distance and that kind of thing. He's capable of dribbling the ball really well too. He can take set pieces. He gives us options there as well. Quite simply, like I said, he's currently one of the best midfielders in Europe, and no doubt about it, would be just ridiculously exciting if we were to secure his signing. And at 26, again, he's another player who has his peak years ahead of him. He would absolutely 100% raise the level of our squad massively. And he is a player who would come into the team and command a first team spot. Now, I know there's going to be rotation next season with Eddie Howe, but he's the sort of player who, if he came, is just going to be playing week in, week out. He'd be a first choice player. And it just shows actually that if we're serious about this, if the club pull this off, it shows just how ruthless Eddie Howe and the club are prepared to be in order to elevate the club to the next level. And they are not taking this opportunity that we've got in our hands, this opportunity we've grasped 2, 3, 4 years ahead of schedule to be in the Champions League. The club are looking very seriously at the playing squad and what to do with it. And we're not going to be in the Champions League next season to make up the numbers. The ambition from the owners, the ambition from Eddie Howe is amazing. And it blows my mind as a Newcastle supporter that, 2 or 3 years ago, I hated transfer windows. I couldn't stand them. And now we're being linked with literal world-class players. And yeah, I mean, like I say, it's just a story at the moment. There's nothing definitive about this. But the fact we're even linked to this, the fact that there's multiple news outlets reporting this, suggests there's something in it. And wow, just wow if this comes off. I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much because we've been linked with a lot of players and we can't buy them all. But honestly, if this comes off, I'd be so excited about this. I'd be so excited about this and the rest of the summer, because clearly those reports of a 50 million, 75 million pound budget are just absolute nonsense. And the club will be very clever with financial fair play. They'll be very clever with how they structure contracts over many years, all that kind of stuff. We've got some very smart people working for the club these days, and this is going to be an amazing summer. I can just sense it. The players we've been linked with already are just insane. Very, very exciting. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Newcastle being linked with Barella. And yeah, just let me know. I'm so excited about it. I'm sure you will be too. I'll see you really soon for another video.